So we're at Huawei's pre-MWC briefings in London. I'm with Mohamed Madkour, and we're talking about WTTx. So Mohamed, what is WTTx and what advantages can it bring to mobile operators?
Until now, in Huawei, we deployed WTTx on more than 100 operators network, covering about 30 million families. And here is the news. In 2017, we are supposed to cover 50 more million families using WTTx. WTTx is wireless to the X. So it's a wireless home broadband solution that can quickly and efficiently address home broadband business need. It reuses the existing mobile network technologies like 4G, 4.5G, and eventually 5G. And it also uses a high-gain plug-and-play CPE to be deployed at the household. WTTx has unique values as compared to FBB. Number one unique value about WTTx is the attractive business case economics in terms of faster ROI and also reusage of the existing network resources. Number two is the fast time to market and easier service provisioning. Number three is the deployment. The deployment can be synergized with fiber deployment, and also it can be synergized with MBB to make sure that the investment is optimized, and also it makes sure that there is no impact on mobile broadband user experience.
So how can mobile operators actually deploy a WTTx solution, and what kind of business proposition does it bring?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So in Huawei, we always make sure that we have a rich ecosystem in terms of network solution, CPE solutions, even the service portfolio, and also more importantly, the value-added tools that will enable more efficient deployment and more efficient operation. And right now, we are in WTTx 2.0 era. In WTTx 2.0 era, we use the 4.5G technologies, and which will actually give us up to 1 gigabit per second peak and from 30 to 100 megabit per second average user speed.
So from Huawei's experience with operators having deployed WTTx already, what do operators need to do to actually make this a success? What do they need to think of, and what do they need to put into their strategy?
Just like any new service deployment, an expertise is needed to run this business successfully. And this expertise, not only technical, it also encompasses a lot of other experience in terms of business model, billing, and also in human resource in general.
That's great. Thanks very much for that perspective. And now let's hear from the analyst side of the fence about what WTTx can deliver.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
So Dimitris, what are the main challenges that operators are facing in terms of delivering home broadband access?
It's actually a physical problem, laying down the cables for enabling access to broadband to homes. Now, for example, in the US, 60% of homes are connected with broadband, 40% isn't. And the US is quite an advanced broadband market. And if we consider other markets like, for example, Indonesia, which has hundreds of islands, and it's impossible to connect them via physical connection, then you'll see that enabling broadband for homes is very difficult. And then we should also consider that nearly a billion of households across the world are unconnected. So it is an opportunity definitely for telcos, but in many cases, connecting them via fixed connection is not profitable.
Okay. So, wireless options have been suggested and tried before, but in 2017 and beyond, what kind of wireless broadband access propositions are there that network operators can adopt?
Well, the interesting thing with wireless is that it's everywhere, more or less. It's in suburban areas, it is definitely in urban areas, and also going into rural areas. So 4G is going into the rural areas. And with a few modifications, the mobile network can be suited to provide broadband connectivity to homes. So, for example, operators can give a customer premises equipment that enables a fixed connection to unconnected homes and enable broadband connectivity at a much lower cost compared to laying down a fixed wire, either cable or DSL. And we've seen several cases of successful strategies. For example, in Germany. Even though Germany is very well connected, we did see that the regulator had to enforce fixed connections, fixed LTE, being the first driver for LTE.